Today is Dave Merrick. It is going to be Swinton who are kicking down the hill. First of all, this evening, and Batley who will be coming up that particular slope, and it will be they who will get the first kick off the game as well. Ash Lindsay, Mr. Batley, the workaholic of that back row, who will get things underway. I think his teammates were expecting to be kicked too here, because they were all waiting to have the kick, and then the referee just reminded him, actually, sons, it's you who are starting this game, and it's going to be Gareth Moore who will get us underway here eventually.
Captain needs a kick at the backside for not telling his team, actually, guys, we're kicking off.
It's a bit of a walk up the hill to get back where they should be, isn't it, as well? Yeah. So here we go. This game is underway as Gareth Moore puts boot to ball, sends it downfield. Swinton will have first touch of the football, a first chance to make an indentation, and a big roar back by Mike Morrison, the former witness man, who's tackled on the 20-metre mark. And Swinton are up and underway and looking to take advantage of this hill if they can. Downhill first, David Woods, or uphill first? If you were the coach, which would you decide?
Yeah, that's one of those things. You've got to be able to play both of them. But I think if you can come uphill in the second half, you're a very good side. So, I'm sure that Batley probably won the toss here tonight and elected to go up first.
Well, the kick by Mark Smith is taken safely enough by Alex Brown, and he can run it back almost to that 40-metre mark before he's tackled. And Batley have first chance here now.
Kicked early in the tackle count there, Dave, which is maybe a strategy of theirs. Any time you get anywhere near the 40-metre or you're inside it, Mark Smith might just leather the ball. He's not a bad kicker out of dummy half, and that's with a view to establishing field position. But the kick wasn't great, and you don't give Alex Brown those kind of free runs early on.
Byron Smith with a drive. Up it goes from Paul Mennell, picks it up, and a chance for Walton here to have a go. And he's going to be put down. Interestingly, Johnny Campbell is out on this right-hand side. And we saw that in the last game, didn't we? He was named as the fullback, but he played the game as a winger. And it's Gareth Potts who's dropped back to the fullback position. Here comes Ben Black now with a chip into the sunshine, being chased well and almost taken well as well by Johnny Campbell. There's a knock on before it reached Jason Walton, so it will be head and feed. In fact, a turnover. It was a sixth tackle.
Nearly so a perfect start from Batley, wasn't it? They obviously have this ploy to kick into this corner for Johnny Campbell, who's featuring on the wing, as you said, and defensively I think he'll feature on the wing. I don't think they'll interchange with Gareth Potts. I think Gareth Potts is very comfortable in this fullback role.
So Swinton looking to bring it away. One or two of their players have caught your eye, David Woods, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got a like a mixture of some youth and a lot of experience there, and they've got Carl Foster, that's a St Helens boy who I've seen a fair bit of, and he's a very tough, good young player. And they've got a bloke on the bench, Glenn Riley, who's Cumbrian, but he's at Warrington at the moment.
Yeah.
And they've loaned him here.
Riley's from the Wath-Browse School of Rugby League, isn't he? Yeah. James Donaldson at Bradford came through that path, as a lot of people have.
Cumbrian Rugby League's pretty strong at the moment, isn't it? The three teams vying to get into this division here, and they produce a lot of amateur football, don't they? A lot of good amateur players. They're not only at Warrington, they're at Wigan and the Bradford, and all the clubs are scouring the top part of the northwest.
Here comes Danny Moore on that left-hand side. He's going to take on Sam Ray. But he's going to be pulled down. Two ex-Wigan lads together there. Danny Moore and Sam Ray. This now is Brown. Cuts back on the inside. Offside by the Swinton chasers. So Batley get the penalty. And the election here surely will to take the tap and put a bit of pressure on their opponent's line. James Green is the first man to charge it up there. We've seen plenty of him, the man on dual registration from Hull Kingston Rovers, and we've been impressed when we've seen him as well. He's looked good. Here comes Moore across the line to Black. Black now into the hands of Walton. Walton tries to step and gets the arms free, and he has done, and a surge for the line. Well, the defence just about doing its job there and keeping Batley at bay, but the home side are making a very promising start. Ash Lindsay now with the drive. Three tackles gone. You heard from ref Dave Merrick, so three still to go. Here's Black, offers it to a couple and then puts it on to the runner Alex Bretherton, who's wrestling away but can't make the breakthrough. So Mennell stands and waits at dummy half. Paul Mennell now skipping it back to one of the two props waiting for it. It's Byron Smith trying to get the offload away. Play on, it's off the foot, the referee says. And Ash Lindsay picks it up, and there's a bit of a gap here for Lindsay to run into. He's up to the line. Has he got it down?
Hang on, guys.
Well, if you're new to watching us this season, and we know that one or two will be new to watching us tonight, we get to hear the video referee as he makes his decision here. So Ian Smith, our video referee, what's it to be? Try or no try?
Come off his foot. No. Come off Paul Mennell's foot.
And it looks like there's arms underneath that. Can you just jog that one back slowly, please? You won't have a better angle than that, because I would imagine the camera from the other side is too many bodies. So just run this slowly. So I can still see the ball. The ball is still up. There's arms underneath it. There are arms underneath. There's enough. There's enough evidence there. That's held up. So that's no try, fifth tackle, last tackle. Dave?
Yes, sir.
He's held up in goal. It's going to be last tackle 10 metres out. Last tackle 10 metres out.
Time on.
So you heard the decision, no try, last tackle, 10 metres out. They'll take it back to the 10-metre line and have another go. And the final drive in this set of 6. Swinton's defence desperate to hang on here if they can.
Gave himself up, Ash Lindsay, didn't he? I think he said to the camera now, I didn't get that one.
Mennell from dummy half. Away it goes to Gareth Moore, who puts the chip to the corner. Alex Brown looks as though he just overrun it a little bit. It went behind him and got a hand to it, but it's out of play, and Swinton will be mighty relieved to come away with possession here.
Hold here, hold.
This is him being held up, isn't it? He doesn't get it down clearly. They do a good job there, the Swinton defence. Alex Brown, why is he 8 metres in from the sideline, Dave? Dave, why is he 8 metres in from the sideline? He's kicking to the corner. They know it's last play. Gareth Moore's going to put it on a sixpence, and the ball goes over his head.
Yeah, that's it. You want him hugging that sideline and coming around on a bit of an angle and really charging in for it, but he didn't do a good job there. But Swinton, full credit to them. They defended those couple of sets very well.
Morrison has gone down, announced this week that he's leaving at the end of the season. He's going to Australia, looking for a new life in Australia. As a joiner, that's a good kick. That is a good kick, but it's not quite got the spin off the slope that they would have hoped. Instead, Alex Brown can pick it up off the bounce and runs it back and finds Ian Watson. He's up there, very much the coach on the pitch, isn't he? Ian Watson, he's the assistant to Steve McCormack. And if you missed it earlier, Steve, not here tonight, but Marlon Billy is going to be the coach on the sidelines. I think Paul Kidd is the spokesman tonight, isn't he? So they're passing the job around between them. Batley in possession with a chance to bring it now with Mark Applegarth, who's just across that halfway line.
Early indications, I think Swinton need to find a better couple of kicks, and Ian Watson needs to be directing that with Mark Smith, because Batley are not having to work hard to get out of their half. They're starting each set on the 30 and 40 metre line.
Mennell out from dummy half. He's just left Morrison on the floor. It looks as though he might have been hurt a bit there as well, Mike Morrison. He's picking himself up to get back in the defensive line, but on the 6, a little chip from Ben Black. The awkward bounce, but collected by Sam Ray. But he's pushed behind the net ball line. It will be a dropout underneath the stick. So real results for Batley on that occasion.
Yeah, very good work there from Swinton to pick the ball up. Ray under a bit of pressure, but they're going to be forced to goal line drop. And just going on what Brian just said, they've kicked early again in that second set that they had, and I think it's one of the things that teams come here, they see the size of the slope, and they think they have to kick early rather than play into the game. And sometimes it is better not to be going for those 40-20s all the time and making the defensive work from Batley work a little bit. Coming up the slope, if they've got to defend a little bit more, and you're kicking on the last tackle, even if it's over halfway that you're kicking, it gives you a bit better field position.
There's James Green with the initial drive. Mennell waits at dummy half and picks it up, and here's the other prop, Byron Smith, is going to have a push as well. The former Castleford and Rochdale man puts in the minutes and has done throughout his career. Mennell to this right-hand side and Moore, dropping it back for Ash Lindsay now. Batley certainly looking the more likely in these opening minutes. What is it, 7 minutes played? Now it's Mennell. Mennell switches it back. This is Ben Black. Black trying to create the numbers and create the gap for Applegarth, who runs and reaches for the game's opening try. 7 minutes played. There was an air of inevitability to all of that. that Batley should take the lead, and finally they do.
Yeah, great decision in the end from Mennell, because I thought he should have played the short side there because they had the numbers. He comes back and goes to Black instead. Moore's trying to make the extra numbers on the short side. There's a slip from a Swinton defender, and it's a poor read from Hawkyard, I think it is. Ainscough at 6, because he jumps in on Ben Black, who just loosens up Mark Applegarth to score easily through a huge hole that Martin Ainscogh's left.
He's making a habit of this. I think last time we hear he started as a prop that night, didn't he, Applegarth? And he scored a close-range try on that occasion. He's got a habit of popping up in the right place at the right time, David Woods.
He's really improved a lot, as we said last time, and he's another one that plays a lot of minutes. Most of the forwards from the Batley side can do that. You know, you mentioned Byron Smith and the minutes he played, but good to have a smart hooker in Mennell there that read that play and jumped back to this open side. Very good work from him.
Well, here you see it. I just think that Martin Ainscough makes a poor decision there. He's no need to. He had a help from the inside that could have covered Ben Black, and it just gave Applegarth a free running.
So 8.5 minutes played, 6-0 Batley lead. By the way, the centre wing partnership on the right hand side for Swinton: Sam Ray, Ian Mort, Ray Mort.
Yeah, very good. The old South African
winger from back in the 80s. Yeah. 2 for the price of 1.
He's a big boy, this Green, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Hits it up hard, gets up quick, plays on. Here comes Brown from dummy half. Scampering run from him, so it's already turning into a decent set, isn't it, here for Batley? 2 decent carries with the first 2 drives. Here comes the third drive, hit forward by Byron Smith, but a real rigid wall of defence there from Swinton. 3 of them, making sure he was going nowhere. So across the line they try again. Lindsay with a push. There's a slip in the Swinton defence which helped that. Here's Mennell now, takes on Mark Smith, pushes him away. Paul Mennell still running and caught around the chops by Dale Cunniff, but he's put him down legally enough. That's the 5th. Here comes the 6th. Moore puts it high again, spinning like a torpedo in the air. It comes down with a bit of swerve, but nothing to beat Richie Hawkyard, who runs it back into a very good chase.
It's not a bad exit set. What we call exit is when Batley are clearing their own lines. Remember where that set started, back inside their 20, and they finish up on the 10-metre line of Swinton, who were coming down the hill. I just think Swinton need to get a bit more vigorous, don't they? They're just a bit passive at the moment. That's carrying, and this will help them. The penalty and get them into Batley's half. You have to help me, guys. I just got this feeling that Swinton are just kind of going through the motions. They're a bit passive defensively. You know, they've got good shape, but I think somebody just needs to roll their sleeves and rock up into this game.
Well, they have a chance here now to put some pressure on this Batley line for the first time tonight. 10 minutes played. It's the first real meaningful possession inside their opponent's half, carried in the first instance by Darren Hawkyard, brother of Richie, of course, who plays at fullback. 2 tackles gone, 4 to go, 30 metres to cover. Mark Smith is the man at dummy half. Here comes Ian Watson. How much experience have they got between them? And Martin Ainscough, who we know loves to play with the ball in his hands, with a half break. Armstrong on this left-hand side, and the former Saints man is put down but only 10 yards away, and Penny will pick it up. Not the best of balls, and Mills will let it bounce, and Ainscough collects it safely in the end. Carl Forster, a little bit of a surge. 10 metres away. Smith now from acting half. This is Ainscough again, who tries to put the step on. Some rugged defending going on, and here comes Alas. Smith now switching it back to Watson. Watson highs to the corner. Penny will go up. Penny comes down with it. And has scored, has he? Has he got that down? Well, I think he has eventually. Hang on there, mate. He has eventually. But again, the referee is just looking for absolute confirmation. So Ian Smith has the man who grew up playing basketball slam dunked Swinton back into this game.
Onside, offside first, please. You can pause it on his foot. Keep going. Right, we've got anything different to see if Penny's onside? Anything from the side? No? All right, this one. Wonderful. Onside. So they're challenging her. He's looking at mid-air. He catches the ball. He tries to get it. He's still moving, still fighting. Tackle's not complete yet. It's not called held. Still fighting. He spins round. He puts the ball down. Have you got the one in the corner just to make sure that he doesn't lose it? This is a one. So he jumps up. He's above the defender. He challenges for the ball. He tries to turn. He's still moving, still fighting. The referee hasn't called held. And he puts the ball down. That's a try. Dave, that's a try.
All right, thank you. Time back on.
Well, he's scored some more spectacular tries than that in his time, Kevin Penny, but the old roots, the old pedigree of the sport he grew up playing served him well there.
And his figure, he didn't give up, did he? It was a great kick from Ian Watson off his left foot, and you're going to do this all the time because he's a great catch of a high ball, Kevin Penny, and you have to say that Campbell tries to do a great job defensively to stop the ball, but he keeps wriggling and fighting and squirming, and he wasn't going to be stopped, was he? And, you know, a lot of people would have given up there. You've got to give him full credit, Dave.
Well, full credit to Swinton as well, coming back in a game they've been second best in so far, David Woods, to find themselves potentially level if this kick goes over now.
Yeah, they do. Like Brian said before, they look a little bit tentative. You know, that's whether that's some of the inexperience of some of the players, and you know they're playing against some of the big boys, and just a little bit tentative about how they're going to play against them. But you know, they showed some good glimpses there. They made a couple of half breaks and did very, very well to get the 4-pointer in the end.
So this is Ian Mort, who's looking to add the 2 from the touchline. He holds the points scoring record for Swinton, doesn't he? He's a prolific goal kicker. Here he comes, swinging it in. Well, it's delightfully done by Ian Mort. From the moment it left his boot, it was always going straight between those uprights. Terrific smooth kick. Marlon Billy on the sidelines looking on. He'll be happy in his role tonight, his temporary coaching role tonight, that his side have got back in it again.
Is it me, or does he look like a goal kicker? He never looked like he was going to miss that one, did he? His approach to the ball, the way he struck it, the sweet strike. You can understand why he scored so many points for him.
Good line. No
6-6, 11 minutes played. Here comes the kick, which again is allowed to bounce a little bit, but they've got away with it. Is that Isco who's collected it here?
Wait!
Well, he's going to get up and play about 8 metres away from his own try line. So Swinton looking to come down this hill again with some real venom.
Go.
Had a shaky-ish start to the season, but that win against Batley really fired them on. Right, we saw them in their next game against York. There's the restart. There's the awkward bounce. Just about gets away with it as Martin Ainscough.
Go.
Smith from acting half. There's the drive by Mike Morrison. He'll be sad to lose him at the end of this season. It was his first signing as a Swinton coach. Steve McCormack signing Mike Morrison. There's the kick by Watson. Certainly inside the 40, but never troubling the touchline, and Gareth Potts catching it on the full, playing full-back despite the number 2 on his back. And he's going to be tackled on the 30-metre mark.
I still feel they've got to improve that kicking game if they can. Maybe kick off the second receiver off a +2, what we call a +2, so through 2 passes, but just to bring the backfield up a little bit and take one of the wingers out of the catching equation.
Oh, that's gone to ground.
No advantage, guys.
No advantage. The ball was stolen. So the penalty goes Batley's way here. Well, that's exactly what you don't want to do, isn't it? On the back of scoring a try, give a penalty away.
The last 2 times they've kicked, it's been a poor kick. It's gone straight down the throat there of Potts, and they've brought it back, and then they've given away a penalty. So they can't afford to do that. If their kicks are going straight to the man, they need to be smarter than that.
Here's Alex Bretherton. 25 metres out, collected by Mennell and turned on to James Green. Well, Kingston Rovers still expecting big things of him. James Green, when he returns to that Super League club, left it comes to Ben Black. Black, oh, it's not the best of balls. It's collected by Danny Morn, but he was an easy target for the Swinton defence. Now Bretherton looking to straighten things up and stiffen things up down the middle again here. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. This now is Moore. Across it goes to Black. Black pops it back on the inside for Applegard. Oh, and he's thrown it away to David Mills. Well, Mills collects it. Swinton have it again. A bonus for them. Chance to bring it clear through.
A little bit vulnerable on this left side of their defence, don't they, Swinton? Every time Black's gone at the line there, he's created an opportunity for Mark Applegarth. Applegarth doesn't come up with the pass play then. However, you know, that's something that they'll be working on, I'm sure. Just Swinton aren't making Batley work hard enough to get out of their own half. And here we see Black releasing Applegarth on the inside on a drop-off play. He's just slung a speculator there. I think he's one of the Swinton players must have shouted for the ball there.
Oh, good on David Mills, not only intercepting, but getting that flick pass away to Richie Hawkyard as well. His dad, Big Jim, would have been proud of that, wouldn't he? So Swinton, on the 5th, find themselves on the 40-metre mark. One play to come here, down the blind side, taken by Martin Ainscough. Chips it away. Caught safely enough by Potts. How good's the chase? How far's he going to get? Not too far. Oh, and it's a slip by Watson, but plenty more to make sure the tackle is a good one.
I've just been noticing on Batley's right side, Jason Walton's had a couple of shots of flying in to try and get to people. He hasn't quite managed it. It caused him a problem just before the first try of Swinton, and nearly caused him a problem there defensively. So
Alex, don't come forward.
Here's Gareth Moore from acting half.
Hold. Go.
Mennell. Danny Morn.
4.
Testimonial season here, I think, Danny Morn.
Hold and wait. Hold. Go.
Taken forward by Johnny Campbell. Helping out his forwards with a bit of a work down the middle. So 5 gone.
Go.
Now Paul Mennell. Back to Black. Black puts it high. Richie Hawkyard's underneath it and never took his eyes off the ball, but the crash challenge from Ash Lindsay, and the locals are enjoying that. It was a decent hit, wasn't it?
that dominant tackle.
Oh, and even Armstrong's feeling the muscularity that's going on at the moment. Mort now tries to bring it away. 3 tackles gone. They've not got past the 10-metre mark. Look at this. Bang.
Get that
Have
into
a bit of that, says Ash Lindsay.
Yeah.
Stand clear.
4 gone. Swinton struggling, even though they are coming down the hill at the moment. Struggling to get out of where they are. Ainscough pops it over the top. Caught safely enough by Penny. We know how quick he is. Given a glimpse of the try line, but 2 Batley defenders in front of him, including Johnny Campbell. So on the 6th, Watson kicks again. Downfield. Awkward bounce. Potts will collect. Shrugs off 1 tackle, and on from the bench, Glenn Riley will make sure he's going no further.
Just got to find a little bit more yardage, Swinton, a little bit more vigour in the carries, because Batley again here we see that they're starting there, getting out of their own half sets on the 30 metres, which is a huge help for them because their kicks are landing within the 10 metres for Swinton.
Play on, come to 10. 3, move.
Carl Ashall's on the pitch as well for Swinton. We saw his brother very much involved in the Northern Rail Cup, of course, final on Sunday.
4, move Ian. Oh, wait.
Here's Moore.
Watson's got to be quicker than
Waiting at acting half. Ian Watson just being told he'll have to be quicker than that to get off the marker. Out it comes now to this right-hand side, and a chance for Campbell to cut back on the inside. His way block once, a little footwork put on Mark Smith, but Dale Cunniff was there as well. And there's no way through, not just in a moment. Paul Mennell now. This is Black. Again on the 6, again the chip. Up it goes, knocked forward and sure, yes it is. Knocked forward in mid-air, so even though Moore caught it and touches down, it will be a handover.
Good decision. The final piece of this jigsaw for Batley coming up this half in this time is that because they're starting their sets here on the Swinton 10, it means they can front load their energy. They're going to put a lot of energy into this defensive set here to restrict Swinton territory so that their backfield get the best opportunity to bring it back, and that pays dividends in the second half. They want to do all the defending where they are now, and that's why we see the line speed and the vigour, and sometimes it's hard to do that uphill.
Smith out from dummy half, promoting it on to Glenn Riley, the youngster. I think he's only 19. The youngster we were talking about before, Dave Woods marking out as one to watch, the teenager on loan from Warrington. Here's Armstrong.
4, stand up.
Mark Smith, former Challenge Cup winner, of course, 10 years ago when he won it at Edinburgh with Wigan against St Helens.
That's probably his best kick of the night.
Is it going to hold? If it holds, it will be a super one, but it's not quite.
Get him on side, Paul.
Almost got it inch perfect, roll perfect, but it has given possession back to Batley here on the 20-metre line with a tap. Alex Brown with the initial drive.
Go get him quicker.
Chance to bring it free.
2, movement. Hold.
Here's Mennell.
Hold, go.
Collecting it from Ash Lindsay. Back on the inside to Byron Smith, who got the offload away. Not the cleanest, but there was somebody there to pick it up in the shape of Mark Applegarth.
3, move.
3 gone, 3 to go. 6-6 the scoreline, midway through this first half. Black with a short pass. Here comes the pace of Potts. Going to take on Hawkyard on the outside, who almost got there, but Potts was just too quick. He's making a habit of scoring this season. His 18th of this campaign has put Batley back in the driving seat. They lead by 10 points to 6.
Well, put this try down to Ben Black. Takes the line on, attracts 2 defenders. Gareth Potts hits the hole. Absolutely flies through it to finish off the play. All he has to do is hit the hole that Ben Black creates for him. You have to say again that Darren Hawkyard has come out of the line to try and stop it. And here we go. Gareth Potts, here's Ben Black. Hawkyard jumps out on him, attracts the extra defender. Huge hole for Potts to run through, and he doesn't miss many of those, does he, with that kind of leg speed?
Well, he's another who's just signed a new deal this week, so they're making sure they've got their important players tied up, but he showed some pace there, didn't he, Dave Woods?
He's got a stack of pace, and he's scoring tries at will, you know, just whenever he likes, I think, at the moment. But, you know, you're watching Swinton, and they were just playing the game, and it was, you know, they were hanging in there, but it was any time it was about to crack open, and Black, he's looked dangerous every time he's carried the ball forward. He's taken the ball right to the line, and he's got some good runners hitting holes for him.
Well, it's two kicks out of 2 on the back of this try from Gareth Potts. It means it's 12 points to 6 in Batley's favour. And we do talk about it because it is such a big issue, but if Batley carry this on and give themselves a decent half-time lead, you worry for what might happen in the second half with the hill factor in their favour.
Well, there will be that issue, but you know what? Sometimes turn it around and play better up the hill than they did down the hill. You know, I don't know what it is. The passing game becomes a whole lot easier. Certainly not the running game, but your timing to runs on the ball, as we see Byron Smith there, a lot easier going up the hill than they are going down, believe it or not. Your timing has to be spot on running down the hill.
There's Applegarth. I don't think we've seen any Batley interchanges so far, have we? We've seen a couple from Swinton. Here's Walton.
Release! Got to get Marcus square, tell him. Go.
Applegarth. It's actually picked up by Mennell and moved to that left-hand side as they try to force it down the middle again. There's the 5th. Here comes the last. Paul Mennell skipping it left. Here's Gareth Moore, just turning the fullback, who looks a little weary when he has to turn, but it's Kevin Penny who's caught it. A bit of a slip initially. Just gives an extra few steps for that defence to get up there and in his face.
Make your 10s, guys.
You have to say that Batley are playing a better field position than Swinton are with the hill. You know, I think we've seen, what, 5 kicks now, and they've had to field the ball for inside their 10 metres, Swinton.
Well, they know it, don't they? They know the territory. Batley.
That will help. Gareth Moore did a kind of reverse kick there that found space, didn't it?
4, stand up, Mark! Hold it, guys, wait!
Up they get, on they go. Carl Ashall with that drive. It's Mark Smith who kicks away. Alex Brown safely collecting on the bats. Batley leading 12-6. Brown with the run back and hitting that line and just knocking it back a stride or two. Trying to get domination right from the start in this set. So here they come again. Danny Morn putting his shoulder in, trying to push his way through.
Hold it down, hold.
Well, there's big cheers. I think Alex Walmsley's just coming on, isn't he?
3, movement!
He just made an interchange.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's James Green who's gone off anyway, can confirm that, and he's getting a round of applause on that far side for the effort that he's put in these early stages.
Good effort.
So Batley with Black. Across the line they go again. This time it's Bretherton.
They hit the wrong bloke then. Byron Smith was through a massive hole.
Keegan Hurst, in fact, is the man who's come on. Here comes the kick. Hawkyard watches it. Penny's there as well. It's Hawkyard who will collect. Runs it back. He's making his 100th Swinton appearance tonight, Richie Hawkyard. Tackled 5 yards out. And didn't you coach him once upon a time?
Yeah, he was a junior at Bradford and highly promising one of that. He's still a very good player, isn't he?
Scottish international. With his brother Darren, who plays in the second row tonight.
That's a bit quicker on move, please. Go.
Interesting to hear the referee just urging the players to get a bit quicker, moving away from the ruck to get this this game rolling as quickly as it possibly can.
Stand up.
You see the vigour of Batley. They know the field. You know, I kind of raise my eyebrows when you're saying that they know this field better than anybody else, but they've played it perfectly well this first half, haven't they, Dave?
Here comes the ball over the top. Oh, it just jagged off the toe of Tom Armstrong. But there was an offside. Well, it hit the toe of Armstrong. Dale Cunniff, the referee, decides was in front of him. And he's given it as an offside and a penalty to Batley. That's an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah, let's have a look on the shift play here. Let's see. You know, Batley really pushing hard in defence, and he's deemed that he was in front when he touched it off his toe, Armstrong. So probably the right call.
Guys, hold here, fellas.
So here comes the tap restart. Batley with a chance to hammer this Swinton line again. Applegarth will take it in first. Big effort by him. 10 metres away, and you rather fancy Batley in this position to really punish Swinton here. Walton with a little drop-off pass. Swinton's defence is wise to it. So here they come again. Mennell, central, puts it back into the arms of Alex Walmsley, and Alex Walmsley forces his way over. Only just on the field. That might be his first touch of the game. What a way to start. And just to be sure, it's his other brother Liam who would be making his debut tonight. We've seen plenty of Alex Walmsley, and we know just how good he is in that kind of position.
Well, he's too big and too strong here. He's a big boy and you can't miss him, and 3 Swinton defenders knew he was coming, but it's another thing to do something about it. Here he comes on the drop-off play from Mennell. Just too big, too strong. Picks out. I think it's Darren Hawkyard again that feels the brunt of Alex Walmsley's carry here. Gets him back in the defensive line. Alex Walmsley sees a little bit laid back. There you go, Darren. That's down to you, unfortunately, mate. And just too strong.
Well, here's the penalty that gave them the position. And they were just very unlucky there, weren't they?
Well,
yeah, look, does he place himself on? So he was in front when it come off his foot, but the ball goes backwards and then he runs back behind the player. So has he placed himself back onside? I don't know. It's maybe one that Ian Smith needs to answer there. But you know, they keep trying to go wide, the Swinton side, and without going forward first, and then they're playing that ball slow, and then they're getting that poor kick away. And on the other side, Batley, their kicks have been tremendous. They've played on the front foot. They've kicked the ball into space by playing on that front foot after a quick play the ball, and you know, it's just causing trouble for the Swinton side, them coming out of backfield.
Well, there's the effort. Third try of the night for the Batley Bulldogs. The conversion put over means it's 18 points to 6. And on the night when his brother is going to be making his debut, Alex Walmsley has made his mark. John Keir in the gloom, in the ice-cool box. No emotions in there as he watches on and sorts out this game plan. I'm very pleased with the way things are going, isn't he?
well, I would hope he is. They're playing perfectly up the hill, aren't they? They're making the meters, kicking the ball really, really well, and taking advantage of every misdemeanor that Swinton make, i.e. the 3 penalties. They've had 3 tries.
Well, Swinton have in their locker the fact that they can fight back in games like this. They were against Dewsbury's very near rivals, Batley's very near rivals, Dewsbury. Last time out, they lost 32-24, but they were actually 26-0 down in that game. The second half was terrific by Swinton, so they'll be hoping that they can maybe show some of that form for what remains of this first half now, and the second half as well. But it's not looking good just at the moment from their point of view.
You'd like to see a bit of a pulse. You'd like to see there's some spark somewhere. I'm just not quite seeing that. That doesn't mean to say they can't. It just takes one person to roll their sleeves up to invigorate the rest of the team. I'm just not seeing those vital signs yet.
Here comes a 6th tackle. Moore who puts a kick in. Chase across by Richie Hawkyard in his own goal. Look at the chase here. And those Batley players getting up there and not only stopping him but pushing him back a stride or 2. He was held, so referee screams it out. Swinton start from here.
I've just seen the line speed. Just explain to our viewers that they're using all their energy here to keep Swinton as high up the field as they possibly can, so that their kick is less effective coming down this hill, and it's absolutely paying dividends.
Here's Smith, out from acting half again as they try to push themselves forward. Carl Ashall, another Saints Academy player, ex-Saints Academy player, as they switch right.
Go.
It's a little loose. Conniff with the kick. Oh, it's not a bad one in the end. So they'll have to start from deep inside their own half here. Batley with their head and feet at the scrum.
I just think that last play is probably an example of what I'd be tempted to do if I was Swinton. They need a second receiver as a kicker, because Batley are putting 5 and 6 players on the first kicker. It'll open up a running opportunity, and the kind of opportunity they got by luck there with the bounce ball off the ground. If they can get to the centres and with a 2-pass play, they've got either a free run, of which they can still kick the ball then to make some metres further down the field. So I just think they need to take the strategy away and the pressure off Smith at dummy half, because Batley are, you have to say, dominating up the hill.
Well, it was Walton who was threatening to make the break there, and here comes Alex Brown to carry on Batley's good work.
Stand up. Hold here. Alex, stay on the mark.
Little collect and a pick-up and a dash and a dart. Apologies to Neil Holland, by the way. He's the man wearing the 14 shirt tonight, not Carl Ashall. There he is, Neil Holland. Little wave from him as if to acknowledge our mistake, but it's the prop forward. So a penalty for Batley has put them 10 metres inside their opponent's half.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Dave, I think the last 3 penalties have resulted in tries.
So Swinton with work to do. Here comes Bretherton. Good leg drive by him. Matty Wildey on from the bench. On for Alex Walmsley, try scorer. 2 tackles gone. And ominously they're moving closer and closer. Wildey, left it goes to Moore, puts it back on the inside, looking to Fox. That's Swinton defence, but they're not for foxing. Defence hangs on, and then out from dummy half. And I think Gareth Moore is claiming this. Well, the referee says knock on. Moore was suggesting he might have had it stolen. And the referee was quite clear from what he saw. And from the tap restart, here it goes. A chase by Kevin Penny, who's got plenty of pace, but so too has Campbell. Campbell's not taken it cleanly, but there was a push by Kevin Penny. So a penalty Batley's way.
Well, an innovative, smart play.
It's a push by Kevin Penny into Ash. Penalty here.
Well, we know how quick Penny is, but my word, he wasn't making too much distance there on Johnny Campbell, was he?
Couldn't quite see the push, though, could we? He did push him. You know, and all the smart play and the advantage of last getting some field position, and that was Gareth Moore with his best Oscar impression. Please, sir, got the square in the air so I can have a rest, but he knocked on, didn't he?
Batley leading 5-1 in penalties, by the way, as well as 18-6 on the scoreboard. They've had 5 penalties to Swinton's 1, so everything's going their way at the moment. Here's Ash Lindsay.
Wait.
Matty Wildey.
Wait.
Never goes missing, does he, Ash Lindsay? Always carrying the ball.
Applegarth taking it in.
3, move.
Here's Wildey.
Stay out.
Moore. One goes to Keegan Hurst, who thought about the pass and then decided to have a little push forward, and hasn't done too badly here, as Batley eating up the yards inside their opponent's half again. Little kick through by Black, the chase by Brown, but it's out of play for a tap back on the 20, and Brian Noble's impressed by the fact that 2 colours were in juxtaposition there, black and brown.
I was hoping Paul White was playing for one of these teams as well.
Swinton.
Do we have a pink on the field, or a blue? No. James Green.
Hold.
Enough of the colours.
It's not Pulp Fiction.
It's not Pop Black, this, you know.
Well, it's Reservoir Dogs, isn't it? It's Reservoir Dogs, not Pulp Fiction.
Here's Ainscough from dummy half. Swinton with Morrison, taking it forward and taking it hard. Mark Smith stands and waits. Mills is missed. It's Watson, and then further right to Forster, who looks towards that right channel where Sam Ray's made a decent push, and he's held down. So a penalty for Swinton, and that's exactly what they needed.
I think that's a good call. I think that's the first time they've had a bit of vim and vigour running down this hill. Sam Ray fires himself out of a gun, and because he gets up to play the ball quickly, they get themselves a penalty, impeded by the Battle player.
Here comes Forster, up to the 30-metre mark, 5 to go. Perhaps important that Swinton do get a try here before half-time to lift their spirits and put themselves back within touching distance, with a second half uphill still to come. Here's Smith. He's got Mills, but he's put it behind into Watson. Watson onto Ainscough. Into the line comes Hawkyard. Left it goes to Penny. Penny running back on the inside, looking for a gap, and his pace taking him past a couple of defenders, but Ben Black wasn't going to give up. Drags him down and puts him down. Here, now it's taken by Watson. This is Hawkyard. Darren Hawkyard. Another drive. And they're edging closer and closer. And they still have tackles in the bag as well here. Watson again now. It's Mills with a short flat pass to him. Mills, 3 of them needed, and he's still struggling on. A 4th body lending weight there to make sure he's not going to push himself over the line. So 5 gone. Smith, and over the top it goes. A try for Penny. Wonderful pass from Ainscough. Well, the referees decided it was forward.
Wonderful forward pass from Ainscough.
Well, that was a shame, wasn't it, from Swinton's point of view?
It was great vision, and be interesting to see whether we think it is. Well, I don't know, is that a tough call? Is that a tough call?
Oh, yes. Touch judge is the man who's given the call, apparently. David Woods, what do you reckon?
Yeah, the touch judge stopped before the pass was thrown, I thought. I thought he threw it backwards, may have floated forward a little bit, but I thought that should have been a 4-pointer for Swinton, and it's something that they really, really needed just to get themselves back into this game.
Well, they thought they got the rough end of the wedge on the refereeing decisions in their last game against Dewsbury, and I'm sure they'll be thinking they're getting a bit of a rough end of the wedge here. But here comes Ben Black in support. He has the flying Matty Wildy. Look how many are up in support of Matty Wildy. He doesn't need any of them. He'll go by himself to score the try, and what a sucker punch that is. One moment, Swinton at one end thought they had scored a fairly good try. The touch judge rules it out, and before they can collect their thoughts and poise, it zooms to the other end, and a touchdown for Matty Wildy.
The Ben Black and Matty Wildy show. There goes Ben Black, hits the hole of Matty Wildy, who's good enough to get on his horse and get on the bike again and follow Ben Black the right way through. So Matty Wildy to Ben Black. Ben Black through a hole at 1,000 miles an hour, and who's going to take off half dummy half and get there as well is Matty Wildy again, who passed him the ball in the first place. Great hooker's try. Great hooker's try.
Yeah. From a great hooker, question mark?
Yeah, look, he's been good every time he's come on when I've watched him play, and they've got a very good hooker in Mennell, and when they can bring a kid like this on to up the ante again, it's very exciting. And he came on his first touch, he dragged a penalty out of Swinton, and they went the length, and then he's just come on there and jumped out in a neat little pass. Ben Black's been very good so far tonight, and he collected the ball, and a good pass back to Wildy for the try. But it's all right having the big fellas on the field. They've got to be a little bit smarter in defence. Too many of them going backwards there, and just letting the Batley side get that quick play the ball.
Well, I was hanging the question mark of great hooker over your co-conspirator tonight, the man who's...
I didn't get any backers, did I?
In the hookers,
actually said, yeah, he was okay.
The Hookers Union.
I'm only a young fella. I wasn't around when Brian was playing, so I never really saw much of him play. So.
My dad said he was a decent hooker.
Yeah, well, I think that he did have a decent reputation in Australia even, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
I was Pathé News Player of the Year once.
Here comes the restart. Batley find themselves in front comfortably, 24 points to 6. Swinton might be just a little bit aggrieved that it is that kind of a gap. They would have thought that it should only be 6 points now, but a real swing, a 12-point swing, if you like, with a try they weren't given, they weren't allowed, and the try that Batley worked off the back of that. And that's Mark Applegarth, who's going to get up and play it now, and picked up from Wildy from dummy half, having a test of that Swinton resolve. Ainscough amongst those who's hanging on, but it's another penalty, and the penalties are killing them here, aren't they?
That's a discipline. I mean, Wildy's doing it to him. I think it's a 6-2 penalty count, and just on the back of going backwards, they're just scrambling at Swinton. They need half-time real bad, I think.
Well, we've got the clock stopped here. The referee just sorting out this little bit of nonsense that's going on, calming emotions if he can.
They're really quick on their speed up the Batley side coming up the hill after that last try again, and they're just causing havoc for the Swinton defenders. Too many one-on-one tackles, allowing the quick play of the ball, and and with the smart hookers and the quickness that they've got, they're just they're really going forward well.
Little chat to Mike Morrison and Richie Hawkyard from the referee Dave Merrick. And in the meantime, Batley will get themselves going again. There is time here.
Yeah, they've got a full set. Plenty of time for a full set at the Swinton line here.
1:40, and it's from the point of view of the game, desperately important that Swinton keep them out here.
Do you know what? They should complain to the referee, should Swinton, because Batley are just running too hard.
Here comes Applegarth, driving it forward again. 15 metres away. Wildy stands at dummy half. Right it goes to Black. Black trying to create something if he can, and perilously close to that Swinton line once more.
Playing well, Black, isn't he?
Here comes Campbell from dummy half. Another penalty. What's that? 7-2 now, penalty count. So they get another set of 6, and they still have time to go through a full set here as well. But clumsy from Ben Black. Referee's decided it went backwards, picked up by Matty Wildy.
Not sure it was Ben Black. I think it was the shocker that was thrown out of dummy half.
Here's Black again, onto Applegarth. Applegarth with a little bit of dynamism down that blindish side. It's Black once more. A couple of dummy runners missed out, and then it goes on to Moore, and he will try and thread his way through. David Mills hanging on. Smith's there up in support as well. Richie Hawkyard hanging on as well. Swinton just about surviving. Was that a touch of the whitewash? If it was, it's a try. Well, the referee's not sure. He's handing this over to Ian Smith, but has Gareth Moore got a touchdown here?
In the grounding, please. He didn't call held, so it's whether the ball is on the line or not. Is he short? Oh, just we need that really slow. Right, very, very slow now. So he's got it in. He's got it in his left arm. The Swinton player's there. It's short. Just jog that forward a frame, please. Just see if that's the white line underneath. Jog it forward, please, not back. Forward. Has he got it in his hand? No, I need it. Jog it back now. Keep jogging it backwards. Keep going. Right, pause it there. That's it, that's a try. Dave, that's a try.
It's a real kick in the teeth for the Swinton Lions, because Gareth Moore has been given the try by Ian Smith. 28 points to 4, 5 tries in this first half, and remember, this is labouring uphill. You rather fancy that they'll enjoy a second half going downhill with the advantage that they have at the moment. And Moore, the try scorer, has a chance to be Moore the goal kicker as well here.
Well, it's Black to Moore this time. Black attracts plenty of defenders here, and Gareth Moore decides to show and go and have a crack himself, and the 4 Swinton players around him here that just do a whole lot better, but he wriggles, giggles, wriggles, and he's pretty confident he's got it down. He thinks he's gone, yes, I fooled you with the last one, couldn't quite get over the line there, but I got this one down.
I'm loving how Ian Smith pronounces the word short as well. How many consonants in the word short?
About 7, isn't there, according to Ian Smith?
Yeah, excellent. Here goes the kick. Wide on this occasion, but it is the final act of the first half. 28 points to 6.